Good morning my YouTube friends, it's Margaret here from M.E.s Orchids, and I brought the Cymbidium up into the grow room for the simple reason, well, I wanted to just have a record, but just look, one of the lips has turned this absolutely gorgeous pink. Now the pink actually doesn't show as deep as it actually is. It's quite pink, and of course you can see the pink in it from the back of the petals. And I did say that there was one of the Cymbidiums on the shelf that was actually pink, and I didn't know whether I was going to get this pink one, but in the end it's developed into this, well, it starts off pale green and then turns more cream, and because that's the one that's only just opening there, that's pale green, and then it goes to like whitish, and see the ones at the back here. And then this morning is this vivid pink, and I'm trying not to get in the light, but now will she focus, or am I too close? There, very unusual, there, and I can't see at this moment in time, that any others are turning this this pink colour. So I thought, well, I'll do a video, and just for my record, and then while I'm doing the video, last night around about 10 o'clock, I decided to, well, a little bit earlier, I'd left the Cattleya labiata, left it in some fertiliser, and that was potted in that little open pot, and I don't leave them too long, and I'd sat down and completely forgot about it. So when I come to take it, you know, to remove it from the fertiliser, I suddenly realised, oh goodness gracious, that sphagnum moss is absolutely wet through. So I had no alternative then but to take it out of that pot, and I'll have to go down now. I've not got a chair, so if you'll bear with me while I go down on one knee, and let me just show you. I mean, I know the label's upside down, but this piece of wood, part of Eddie's mount, it actually lays flat on the shelving there. And but I've propped it up this morning in this little plastic container, and I've weighted it down because it just elevates it, so that when we've got sun, the sun will hit this. But let me just show you, and you just see the roots. There were no roots, all the roots had gone. So I was really a bit disappointed with that, to say the least, but I don't know whether you'll see, just in there, there's a new growth starting there, and I don't know whether you'll see, that's the new growth there. Let me just go down on 2 knees. See, that's a new growth there, and it actually it's just sending out roots. So I don't think you'll manage to see a little whiteness down there. So I've mounted it on this piece of wood, even though it's laying in this plastic container. You see, there's part of a root that was viable, and there's part of another root that was viable. But when I come to take it out of this sphagnum moss with all the roots completely gone, not only did we have this piece, which actually is not a bad piece, and if I change my hands now, this is the next piece, but actually, if I just lean it there, this is the next piece, which had got a new growth. There we go, you see? And there's the new growth. And it has got roots, but I'm not so sure whether the roots come from this back section here. You see you've got 3 pseudobulbs there, haven't you? Well, attached to this one with the new growth, there is the other one, so there's 2 leaves and the new growth. And then this far one here, that's a pseudobulb by itself. And those were the roots that were still viable. And of course you've got 2 leaves the right way, that leaf the wrong way, but I've got the new growth. So I've mounted that one, like that one. I've mounted this one. Okay, and that hangs up. And I'll show you this one. This, which I've put on a little piece of cork bark. There's 2 little individual pseudobulbs here. This front one here, that actually had 2 leaves, and that was one of the reasons that prompted me just to lift the plant out of that sphagnum moss, because the other part of this little leaf was rotting, and I thought, oh, it must be planted too deep. And but these are 2 little separate pseudobulbs. Now, whether they'll ever do anything, I mean, you know, we're in the lap of the gods here. But rather than just throw it away, I've got this tiny piece of bark, and well, it's cork bark, isn't it? And I thought, well, I would have just attached it onto there. And then what else have I done? Not a lot, I'm still on my knees. I've just brought this beautiful phalaenopsis, which I call Lydia, and Nina said, oh, she's been looking for a phalaenopsis called Lydia, but this isn't registered. This is just because my mum's name was Lydia, and I decided to name this one Lydia. But I brought this up here into the grow room where there's more humidity, although this morning, believe it or not, when I come into the grow room, the humidity had dropped to 48%. Now, I wasn't overly worried, the reason being we had -2 last night, so the humidity was fine. Just looking at that one there. Sometimes you see, you just, where is it there? I think there's a new growth coming out of the side there, of that one. Oh, just dropped a leaf on that other one. So, these are just some of the mounted ones, of course. And that's coming along nicely now. Let me just, I'm in your light, aren't I? I do apologise. And this one's Cattleya, and that was the one that it's taken me a while to get it to adjust. And it's got a new root, and it's got that new growth, and it's got that baby growth there. So I don't usually do close-ups of some of these mounted ones. But that's the Dendrobium williamsii, not showing any signs of new roots or new growths, but it might be in its dormant period, but it's still got that last leaf, so I'm not giving up on that one. And, so I shall have to get up now, won't I? Which could be a bit of a struggle. And what I did yesterday, after doing my other video, I elevated these Phalaenopsis up here. That's Phalaenopsis tetraspis purple. That's the Howard Jim Princess. That's the Phalaenopsis violacea indigo blue. And that one over in the corner is Phalaenopsis Yang Yang Geigen Jerry. So we need some sunny days, but we've not got any sunny days at the moment. In fact, it's only 19.8 in the grow room, 54% humidity. I did have it over 60, but I'm not too worried because the temperature outside is 0. So it's a chilly day today. Sorry about that. So I'm not going to have these wet through. I can't afford to have them wet through. And that's the Phalaenopsis cornucervi, Cattleya, and of course that's a lovely Scaphoglottis. That doesn't mind where I put it. Seems to be quite happy. And that's the other Masdevallia bloom that's opened. And that's the one that had opened before. So all in all, it's going to be a quiet day, I think, today. I just wanted to bring you back just to show you that with the Cymbidium. And we'll be doing some watering at some stage, probably just the mounts. But if I just go past this one, and I've just brought the Sergio Aria Yukusuku story. I've just brought that up here from over the other side where I've put the Phalaenopsis. Just brought that here. And then in the crystal vase I've put the Barcaria, and that bud still hasn't opened, so we'll just have to be patient. And that's it. One of those quiet days. I do at some point need to water the there's that, sorry, digressing. The buds developing, the second lot of buds. All these here. They really should be watered today. But I'll have to see what the temperatures are tonight, because again, if the temperatures are dropping, then these won't get watered, because it'll be too cold and I don't want them. Let me just put a little bit of extra light on. Come on, there's it. There we go. So this is definitely it now. I just wanted to put on record that Cymbidium, I've got a leaf down back there, and those two leaves are virtually ready to come off. But I usually water the frags on a Saturday, so that's one of those jobs that I need to get my head round and get it done. So I'm going to leave you with that bloom again, and bid you all goodbye, and